Welcome students. In this video, we are going to learn about Bayer strain theory. Bayer strain theory talks about the stability of cycloalkanes, particularly cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclopentane and cyclohexane. Let us see the topic. Before discussing about Bayer strain theory, let us learn few things about cycloalkanes. Cycloalkanes are saturated hydrocarbons and are called as cycloparaffins. Their general molecular formula is CnH2n, which are similar to that of alkenes. But the properties of cycloalkanes resembles alkanes rather than alkenes. Few properties of cyclopropane and cyclobutane are different from the other cycloalkanes. So here are the examples of cycloalkanes: cyclopropane C3H6, cyclobutane C4H8, cyclopentane C5H10, cyclohexane C6H12. And the structure of the respective cycloalkanes are given here for your reference. If we talk about the chemical reactions of cycloalkanes, they often undergo ring opening reactions under certain conditions. For instance, cyclopropane reacts with chlorine and bromine in inter to form addition products. Look at the reaction. Cyclopropane reacts with bromine to form 1,3 dibromopropane. It also reacts with HBr to form 1-bromopropane. In both the cases, the cyclic compound become acyclic. That is called ring opening reactions. On the other hand, cyclobutane and higher cycloalkanes do not give ring opening reaction at ordinary condition. It doesn't mean they won't give ring opening reactions. Only under drastic condition they will undergo ring opening reactions. Now the question is, why cyclobutane and higher cycloalkanes do not give ring opening reaction at ordinary conditions? And this can be explained by angle strain theory, or otherwise called as Bayer strain theory. Bayer proposed the angle strain theory based on the following assumptions. He considered all the ring systems, that is cycloalkanes are planar. Deviation from tetrahedral angle results in angle strain that makes cycloalkanes to become unstable. The large ring systems involve negative strain and hence they do not exist. Besides torsional and steric strains, the conformations of cycloalkanes are also affected by angle strains. Now let us calculate the angle strain in various cycloalkanes, and let us begin with cyclopropane. In cyclopropane, the carbon-carbon-carbon bond angle is 60 degree. This means that the normal tetrahedral angle of 109.5 degree is compressed to 60 degree. Look at the diagram. The three carbon atoms of cyclopropane defines the corners of an equilateral triangle. In equilateral triangle, the bond angle is 60 degree, and this 60 degree is much smaller than the normal tetrahedral bond angle 109.5 degree, and hence this imposes a considerable strain, that is called the angle strain on cyclopropane. Thus the bonds of carbon atoms in cyclopropane becomes weaker and hence it is highly reactive. So the angle strain is calculated from this diagram. See that this angle is theta and this angle is again taken as theta. So theta plus 60 plus theta, that will give the 109.5 degree. So if you solve for theta, it will come around 24.5 degree, and that is the angle strain of cyclopropane. By the similar way, the angle strain in cyclobutane can be calculated. In cyclobutane, carbon-carbon-carbon bond angle is 90 degree. That means the normal tetrahedral bond angle of 109.5 degree is now compressed to 90 degree. Look at the diagram. The four carbon atoms of cyclobutane define the corners of a square. The internal bond angle is 90 degree. That means carbon-carbon-carbon bond angle is 90 degree. This 90 degree is smaller than the normal tetrahedral bond angle of 109.5 degree and imposes angle strain on cyclobutane. Look at this. This is the angle strain. Now let us calculate the angle strain in cyclobutane. Again, look at the diagram. Theta plus 90 plus theta, that will give 109.5 degree. If you calculate for theta, that will come around 9.75 degree. That is the angle strain in cyclobutane. See, the angle strain in cyclobutane is considerably less than that of cyclopropane. That means cyclobutane is considerably stable than cyclopropane due to the smaller angle strain compared to cyclopropane. Now let us calculate the angle strain in cyclopentane. In cyclopentane, carbon bond angle is 108 degree. That means that the internal bond angle in cyclopentane almost approaches the typical tetrahedral bond angle of 109.5 degree. Look at the diagram. In cyclopentane, the 5 carbon atoms define the corners of a regular pentagon. And in regular pentagon, the internal bond angle is 108 degree, which is almost close to the typical tetrahedral bond angle of 109.5 degree. So the angle strain is minimum in this case, and if you calculate the angle strain by using the similar method, so theta plus 108 plus theta, that will give 109.5 degree, and if we solve for theta, we will get 0.75 degree. So the much lower angle strain in the case of cyclopentane makes cyclopentane as highly stable compared to cyclopropane as well as cyclobutane. In the case of cyclopropane and cyclobutane, the angle strain is comparatively higher than cyclopentane. Now let us calculate the angle strain in cyclohexane. In cyclohexane, carbon bond angle is 120 degree. So the normal tetrahedral bond angle of 109.5 degree between any two bonds is expanded to 120 degree. So far we have seen the tetrahedral bond angle has been compressed to lesser bond angle, but here it is expanded from the typical tetrahedral bond angle in the case of cyclohexane. Look at the diagram. See, in cyclohexane, the 6 carbon atoms define the corners of a regular hexagon, and in regular hexagon, the internal bond angle is 120 degree, which is higher than the typical tetrahedral bond angle of 109.5 degree. And if we calculate the deviation from the tetrahedral bond angle using by the similar calculation, that means theta plus 120 plus theta, that is supposed to come as 109.5 degree, and if we calculate the theta, it is minus 5.25 degree, and this minus represents the expansion, that is negative deviation. So far we have seen in the case of cyclopropane, cyclobutane and cyclopentane, we have seen positive deviation, but in the case of cyclohexane, we have seen the negative deviation from the typical tetrahedral bond angle. Now let us summarize the stability of cycloalkanes according to Bayer's theory. So this particular table gives the overall summary so far that we have discussed. In cyclopropane, the internal bond angle is 60 degree and the angle strain is 24.5 degree. In cyclobutane, the internal bond angle is 90 degree and the angle strain is 9.75 degree. In cyclopentane, the internal bond angle is 108 degree and the angle strain is 0.75 degree. Since the internal bond angle of cyclopentane closely approaches the typical tetrahedral bond angle, the angle strain is minimum in the case of cyclopentane. And cyclopropane, cyclobutane as well as cyclopentane shows the positive deviation because the internal bond angle is compressed from the typical tetrahedral bond angle. But in the case of cyclohexane, the internal bond angle is expanded from the typical tetrahedral bond angle, and hence it shows the negative deviation of minus 5.25 degree. So if you compare the angle strain, cyclopentane has the smallest value of angle strain compared to cyclopropane, cyclobutane as well as cyclohexane, and hence according to Bayer's strain theory, cyclopentane is the most stable cycloalkane than cyclopropane, cyclobutane, and cyclohexane due to less angle strain. So Bayer concluded that the ring systems smaller or larger than cyclopentane are unstable due to higher ring strain, that is higher angle strain. If the ring systems are smaller, it faces the positive deviation, and if the ring systems are larger than cyclopentane, it will be negative deviation. So the order of stability as per the Bayer's view is cyclopentane is the most stable than cyclobutane, cyclopropane as well as cyclohexane. So according to Bayer-Stein theory, cyclopentane is more stable than cyclohexane, but in actual, cyclohexane is more stable than cyclopentane. So we need to discuss about the limitations of Bayer-Stein theory. Let us examine the enthalpy of combustions of various cycloalkanes to understand the limitations of Bayer-Stein theory. The amount of heat evolved when 1 mole of the compound is burned into carbon dioxide and water is referred as heat of combustion or enthalpy of combustion, and it is an important property to know the stability and other valuable information. And you can see that cyclopropane and cyclobutane evolve more energy per CH2 group, that is 166.6 and 164 for cyclopropane and cyclobutane respectively, which is relatively higher than the open chain compound, which is 157.4 per CH2 molecule. This may be the reason for the instability and their tendency to undergo ring opening reactions easily for cyclopropane and cyclobutane. So for these ring systems, Bayer's theory was correct. So as per Bayer's theory, the angle strain of cyclopropane and cyclobutane is relatively high and the ring systems are relatively unstable. So enthalpy of combustion results as well as Bayer-Stein theory holds good for cyclopropane and cyclobutane. But if we examine the enthalpy of combustion of cyclopentane, see that the value of 158.7 per CH2 molecule, which is relatively higher than the open chain compound, which is 157.4. But in the case of cyclohexane, it is more or less same, almost same. That means cyclohexane is relatively stable than cyclopentane. So Bayer could not explain this behavior. So the correct order of stability of cycloalkanes are as follows. That is, cyclohexane is more stable than cyclopentane, which is more stable than cyclobutane, which is more stable than cyclopropane. Let us further examine the stability of cyclopropane, cyclobutane and cyclopentane. See, in cyclopropane, due to the high angle strain, it is relatively unstable. Not only angle strain, here torsional strain also decreases the stability of cyclopropane. See that in cyclopropane, the adjacent CH2 groups are eclipsing in nature, so it experiences the torsional strain. So look at this, these two hydrogens are eclipsing each other and hence experiences the torsional strain. So in addition to angle strain, torsional strain also decreases the stability of cyclopropane. But torsional strain in ring systems cannot be relieved as like our simple ethane molecule, because carbon-carbon rotation is restricted in this case because the ring is too rigid. Similarly, if the cyclobutane is completely flat, we would expect the torsional strain, that is a eclipsing interaction between CH2 groups. But in reality, cyclobutane ring can pucker a little so that 3 carbons are flat. So these 3 carbons are flat and 1 carbon is little out of the plane, that relieves the torsional strain. So which is that makes the cyclobutane relatively stable than cyclopropane. And in the case of cyclopentane, that distorts very slightly into an envelope shape in which one corner of the pentagon is lifted up above. However, the neighboring carbons are eclipsed along the bottom of the envelope away from the flap. So there is still some torsional strain in cyclopentane. The torsional strain makes the cyclopentane less stable than the cyclohexane. Now we can answer this question, why cyclohexane is more stable than cyclopentane. So Bayer assumed all the cycloalkanes as planar, but in reality, except cyclopropane, all other cycloalkanes are not planar. If cyclohexane is planar, it must be less stable than cyclopentane due to high angle strain as well as torsional strain. But in reality, cyclohexane adopts a pucker jar conformation that minimizes the angle strain as well as the torsional strain. And this is the conformation of cyclohexane, where that is particularly chair conformation. In then our next video, we will be discussing about the various conformations of cyclohexane. See that the carbon bond angle in cyclohexane is 109 degree. So there is no angle strain as well as there is no torsional strain because the dihedral angle between these two hydrogens are exactly 60 degree. So no torsional strain, no angle strain makes the chair conformation of cyclohexane more stable than the cyclopentane. So thank you for listening. If you have any doubts, you can post it in the comment box, or you can reach me at my mail ID. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening.